Spark can be an unpredictable city. But fluency doesn't mitigate its problems. In some ways, it amplifies them. This is why we're deployed. But we've seen better days.
Then why are we just now debriefing?
This mission is not complete.
I only know of her. Our lack of data collection is a problem.
Valdez, I'm aware of your investigative talents. Braxwell spoke highly of you, and that's why you're on this team. Local law enforcement handles itself very well. But there are those with abilities. Some believe themselves to be good. Others don't even attempt to act as if they are. Either way, we're involved. Not everyone will agree with our status. But that can be said for anything. May I remind you both, we're Alpha Core, and failure is not what we do.
There is nothing I love more. I'm only fucking kidding.
Oh man, I thought we were about to get epic there for a little bit. Turn back to,
You're gonna get the both barrels.
A little throwback. I love it.
Yeah. Tune in Sunday if you want to see that. Hi everyone, welcome to Rip and the Silverback. I'm the Silverback. He's Rip. Episode 9. Wow, racking them up. Get a body count here, buddy.
Hell yeah, man. 9 episodes. That went by quick. We're almost at episode 10. Before you know it, we're at 50, man. I fucking love it.
Whew, my God. That'll be the same amount of GoFundMe as Mags.
Nah, I don't think we'll cross that fucking threshold until we got to get at least another 3-4 years under our belt before we get to that amount of times that she's had her hand out for sure. We got a ways to go.
Fair enough. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Been busy. Rocking and rolling. Obviously, Alpha Core. That the end of next week, 10 days. It ends as far as that campaign. Then we finally get to talk. That's going to be very, very, very exciting. But yeah, man, we've been preparing for that. Some future content, obviously. Yaira getting everything situated for that. Some other unannounced stuff. But yeah, man, I've been just busy nonstop. Obviously, we got MegaCon coming up as well. We're gonna have a huge presence there, the Rippaverse. So yeah, it's been a busy one for me, man. But I'm having an absolute fucking blast with the creative stuff right now, man, and just having fun. A lot of fun.
Why don't we do the discussion in 2 weeks' time on the Rip and Silverback show then?
I'm game. Yeah, I'm game with that. I'm 100% game with that. Let's do that. I'm good with that.
Drag some rippers in.
Yeah, I'm game with that. That's actually, it's already a dedicated time. So in a slot. So yeah, it wouldn't be nothing extra for us. Yeah, I'm game for that. I'm 1000% game for that. We should do that. There you go. Look at that.
There you go.
Great ideas.
Hey chat, how you doing? I see some Saskas in there. How you doing, Saskas? I'm seeing some Kara. I'm seeing some Brass Monkey. And I've got to give it a big shout out immediately though to Juggernaut. Look at that. Even before the show didn't even start.
20 right out the gate.
Just shoved 20 fucking memberships right down my pants.
I love it.
No cheeky bugger had a grope.
I love
But
it.
it's 20 good memberships, so I don't care. Show your boots.
I love it.
Oh, what a week. Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing. There's
Nothing at all.
Nothing going on. Nothing we can talk about. I don't know what we're. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Saw a great article in the Independent last week when we were discussing that bin. We said very specifically on the show that wasn't that she's a woman. I ain't got any problems with her being a woman or a woman directing or any of that nonsense. It's you know, that argument is so pathetic it's beyond comparison. But there again, black people were invented in 2016 according to those people. So
apparently,
you know, that's the kind of levels of shit that we're dealing with. And we say it's just not the right person for the job in any capacity. A documentary maker, no experience whatsoever in filmmaking, never mind big budget filmmaking, never mind Star Wars. Anyway, the Independent put out this article and they knew we were right.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't disagree with what we said because it was correct. So they put out this article saying, Shinoy is not experienced enough for this new Star Wars film. But that's not what men are saying on the internet. They even had to lie.
Unbelievable.
Kel Surprise.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Let's add that in. Of course, they knew we were correct. I mean, we talked about this extensively on Ribbon and Silverback and just general conversation. That was the point that was made the entire time. So again, it's just a textbook gaslighting, and it does. We'll talk about boring. That's what it is. That perfectly describes it. And that it's so predictable, is it not? It's like these people hear what it is that they want to hear, right? And anything contrary to that, even if it's presented, you can put it right in their face. It's like, yeah, that never happened. I'm like, what the fuck? That's the point that we've been making. They know we were correct in that this person is not. They're not grabbing the best people for the job. They never. That is not the forte. It's not the approach with filmmaking right now. Hell, comic books, really anything in entertainment, where they are selecting the best people available with the endless pool of money it is that they have. So that's not an issue. So any sort of financial problems that generally smaller companies are going to have to deal with when grabbing the best talent, when you make that or have that access to that amount of money, even if you're losing it, you get what it is I'm saying, it's debt, whatever, you have access to it, and you don't go get the best people for the job, then we have to believe that you're doing it on purpose or going out of your way to select folks that are not equipped. Shout out Yellow Flash in the chat. See, that are not equipped for the gig. So we did the research, right? You did a lot of the research, right? Initially when we were talking about on Ribbon and Silverback. And we're like, who the fuck is this Charmine chick? Who is she? So we go look it up. And we come to find that there's nothing on in her catalog, if that's what you want to call it, that screams Star Wars. Like not one thing. There's not one thing that's there where you could say this person screams that's right. They should be directing Star Wars. And even if you said, okay, maybe not in their filmmaking, I mean, I'm not finding anything. And this is why I said the greatest comparison that I can give with regard to like entertainment, pulling people mainstream entertainment, pulling people from other things, right? Hand selecting, like Mags, right? People that are for these positions is Ta-Nehisi Coates, because it's the same thing. There's no evidence. It's not just that you haven't done it. It's also that there's no evidence that you were even a fan of it. Like there's no, if I'd be willing to accept if there was something that Charlemagne was like, yeah, she's really active in a Star Wars blog and just like, she knows her shit, man. Like, okay, I'd accept that. But none of it exists. There's nothing there. There's nothing there that screams this person should be directing a Star Wars film, especially during a time period where, I mean, would you go as far as to say it's make or break for them? I know they kind of threw a Hail Mary before last week with this whole Mandalorian and what's that little shit's Grogu thing that they're doing a movie movie on, like a Hail Mary. But would you say it's make or break? Because what the fuck else do they have? Nothing's working right now, like nothing.
I think it's already broke.
Well, there you go.
I don't think it's make or break. They've just announced that Ahsoka season 2 is in the works. Ahsoka, the TV show that did worse than Andor, that nobody watched. Then you had the disaster that was The Mandalorian season 3. Lost a shit ton of it. 40% of its viewership, 40% of its viewership for season 2. It's lost its sparkle because it's just a disaster show now. Like everything that Disney does. Without repeating myself, but I've got to repeat myself. We've already said that their first film back when Star Wars arrives at the cinema is the character that killed Star Wars being directed by a woman who does documentaries, greenlit by the woman who killed Star Wars.
Put it perfectly.
It's done. That film is not going to do well. 400-500, maybe, don't know. Maybe even lucky to do that. But it's going to be sub $1 billion for sure. And the marketing,
and they're going to spend. They're going to spend upward of $200 million. Like you already know,
300,
yeah,
250, 300.
So you already know they're going to have to. You're talking 800, 700 to 800 just to say that maybe we broke even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It will give or take. Long story short, it has to be $1 billion film for it to be successful. With their spending rates, it absolutely has to be $1 billion film. There's no anything under that is a failure.
Well, even the rise of Scope Poker, with all of its reshoots, the disasters, that film was out of control on its budget.
Right.
And it did 1.1 billion at the cinema. The likelihood is it might have just broken even.
Mm-hmm.
It might have. Sorry, that is incorrect. It might have worked out a little profit, and by a little profit, maybe 50 to 100 million.
Okay,
maybe, but it might not have. It might have actually just broken even because of the colossal disaster that budget, marketing, the whole thing went out of control. Budgets are out of control in films in general. Period. You are not giving a movie a chance in this marketplace, particularly when, there's major superhero fatigue. I don't think you can deny that. It's not necessary. And I know I've said, it's bad movie fatigue and all that sort of stuff, but it isn't. It's both. It's bad movies have caused the fatigue. And now people are looking at superheroes and just going, we've just had back-to-back superhero movies. The Marvels and Aquaman 2. Mm-hmm. Both of those movies did $1 billion plus with their first films.
Yeah.
Both movies have flopped massively in their sequels. With the Marvels actually having their worldwide adjusted back under 200 million because it was overreported.
Mm-hmm.
So that film's lost itself 400 plus million. Aquaman is doing slightly better, but that had an out of control budget. pushing 300 odd million. So Aquaman has to hit somewhere 900 million to break even.
Right.
And it's knocking on the door, I think, of around 400 at the moment. So that's going to be another huge loss. So you are not giving your... Even the latest Mission Impossible film, which I thought was fantastic. Saw it 3 times at the cinema. Loved it. Lost money. Didn't make its money back. Technically a flop. We don't harp on about films like that being a flop because they're not made from an ideological standpoint, or they're not made, you know, in a manner which pisses off fans, etc. Tom Cruise was doing his best to entertain people. I thought the movie was great. For some reason, cinema goers didn't turn out for it.
Yeah.
And that's Tom Cruise, who loves film, trying to make a film to entertain you. So what chance, what legitimate chance does a Ray movie fucking have with a $300 odd million budget, with $200 million marketing shoved up its own ass after that?
And
In a marketplace, China hates Star Wars. China doesn't turn out for Star Wars. They don't like it. So they're not going to get anything from that marketplace, and everything they do get from that marketplace, they get 25% off.
Yeah.
There's no denying Star Wars is in the absolute toilet right now. And what's happening? They're being promoted. Failure's being promoted. Dave Filoni's Ahsoka was a mitigated disaster, not just in ratings. It was awful. The show was pathetic. And the only person that showed any, no pun intended, ray of light was Ray Stevenson. And unfortunately, he's passed away since. So we can't even get him back.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more absolute garbage writing, more stoicism from women, more abstinence and no romance, no heterosexuality, none of that fucking stuff. Bad mums, terrible women leaders, because that's what they are. It's not a stab at women, it's a stab at the people writing the women.
Yeah.
And a lower viewership than Andor. Good luck.
Well, you know, this is what I said, man. It's interesting looking at this because I could talk about this and literally it crosses. Let's say if I wasn't like naming specifics, you would think I was talking about either company if I'm discussing Marvel or if I'm discussing Star Wars, because it's the same damn problem, right?
Yes.
And see, this is my position on this. Star Wars is a very unique thing. Should it be printing money? 100%. No questions about it. How much did George Lucas sell us off for?
$4 billion.
$4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They should have made that money back. I would argue all assets combined, they should have made that money back within the first 4 years.
4 or 5 years, no problem. Yeah.
Right? Because it's a layup, right? So the thing that makes Star Wars unique, same thing that makes kind of Marvel unique, is that yes, there are individual properties within them, and yes, they are going to see success. That differs, right? Some movies are going to be more or less successful than others. Same could be said with a TV show or book or whatever it may be. But, and I'm not talking about shields, I think they do come with a set of generally more sophisticated audience, general audience, that's invested not just in one property, if that makes sense, right? So, oh man,
go left, young man.
Yeah, that is pointing the right way.
Pointing the right way for sure.
Pointing the right direction. That's for
definitely
sure.
Pointing in the right direction.
No doubt about that.
But this image means that they go. Oh no, they'll never fucking. Never mind.
Off a cliff. Well, yeah,
I hope so. One can only hope.
When I say sophistication, what I'm meaning is, or sophisticated they are, talking about the general fan, is that most guys that are into it, right? Like they're like, definitely with Star Wars, right? Same can maybe be said for Star Trek, right? Like rarely do you, you know people that know of it, not to say that normies don't exist, but when you I think you put on average, the general fan of the property is very knowledgeable on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means they're very invested in its universe, not just, yeah, they may have their favorites, but they're invested in the universe as much as they are a general character or multiple characters, right? So that's a big selling point for like a Star Wars. The problem is that they've ruined their fucking universe. So, and by that, I'm not just saying with the content that's involved. I'm saying that the people that would generally be into it are not into it. And because your core demographic and your core sale is something that has now been abandoned by your general audience, everything else is going to suffer. So this is why I believe no matter how good they're claiming this Andor shit is, who cares? Who cares? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the reality. You can say it's the best thing in the world. This is what I'm trying to always tell young entrepreneurs. Who gives a shit? Like, you could think that you have presented the best possible thing, and you can give it to 5 random people on the street, and the 5 random people on the street thought this was a fucking masterpiece, right? And then you sold it to the general public, and the general public showed zero interest in it, and it ultimately boiled down to you losing money. So who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Like, let's assume, I'm not saying I've seen it because I haven't, but let's assume that I take their word for it. Let's assume that it's the best fucking Star Wars shit that's come out in the last fucking 10 years. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Well,
I did see it, and it's dog shit.
Okay, but even if I gave it a benefit of the doubt and I accepted, I took their word for it, which you shouldn't. But even if I did, just for the sake of conversation, at the end of the day, who cares? Nobody turned out. Did Disney Plus get a big boost because it was the greatest thing in the last 10 years from Star Wars? No. So what you have right now, as I say, the enthusiasm problem, people are not into this shit. That's what it ultimately boils down to. They're not into it. They have said they rejected it. And your general core audience, which is, you would think, as any businessman looks at, even if it's their, let's say, represents their core audience represents 30% of their sales of any general product, right? It's like the hardcore guys. Anybody that is in business, you would think, whatever you do, keep those guys happy. Because at minimum, our floor is whatever that percentage is. That's our floor that we can bank on. Imagine basically telling that 30% of your diehards to go fuck themselves. And
which Kathleen Kennedy did.
That's literally what would happen, right?
We don't want these 50-year-old audience.
Yes.
That's what she said.
They don't want them. Okay. So you said, okay, all you guys who have spent all the money, who have invested both financially and emotionally into this brand, go fuck yourself. Okay, you've suffered because of it, and you've suffered greatly, because when you don't have them and you don't have normies, what are you left with?
Well, the fan is invested in the property.
Yes,
that's what a fan is invested in, whatever that property is. You tell the fan to fuck off, the fan will find another franchise to invest themselves in.
Yes,
that's what a fan does. If you don't want me, okay, that frees up my funds. I always wanted to check out Warhammer. I always wanted to check out this or that or the other. That's what a fan will do. A normie doesn't have an investment in the franchise. They just like good quality stuff or fun stuff. So with Star Wars, it had huge popularity. Was it because it was sci-fi? No, sci-fi is ridiculously hard to get people to watch. Star Wars had a massive following because it was a fun space opera that everybody, normie and fanatic alike, could relate to. Thematically, very simple. Princess, rogue, hero, very very stereotypical archetypes. Big, not difficult stuff. Evil king, evil prince. Basic stuff done well. That's how stories transcend genre.
Yeah.
When a normie is watching dog shit, it doesn't matter what genre it is.
True.
That normie's like, fuck this. I could be watching something else. Whether it be Fargo, something completely different. Whether it be True Detectives, whether it just be another show entirely. A normie is there because they want quality entertainment. They have no real investment in the franchise. They might recognize brand, but they have no investment. They don't. It's not as if they collect all the stuff and all that sort of jazz. No. Oh, this is good to take the kids to. Oh, this is a bit of fun for a Saturday. Oh, I haven't been to the cinema for a bit. Take my wife, take my husband. Let's go have a good time. A night out. When you burn that bridge, you're fucked. Because they're the ones that make up the vast majority of cinema goers. Star Wars has alienated everybody. It's alienated the fans because it wanted to create a brand new fan base. Good luck. What's the saying? It's 1,000 times easier to lose a customer than gain one. And when you tell people to fuck off, thousands of people will fuck off, and you'll be lucky to get one new person in. So their mythical audience that they wanted never transpired. Galaxy's Edge, dead. The hotel closed down.
Yes. They've racked up some L's, huh?
Oh, they've racked up all the L's. Lucasfilm, dead. Indiana Jones, dead. Star Wars, dead. Marvel, dead. Pixar, dead. Everything is fucking, it's a graveyard there now.
Mm-hmm.
So never mind Last Chance, never mind All or Nothing, Hail Mary. No, they're on the pitch and the game was over 10 hours ago. And they lost.
Oh my God.
And their next move is to waste hundreds of millions of dollars on a film nobody's gonna fucking see.
Yeah. It's tough. It is it's rough, man. Like, because I look at it like, yeah, just business, general business. It's like, guys, you had to go out of your way to get it to this point. Right. Because this shit is such a layup. See, and I think that's what separates previous generations or eras, right, of Star Wars and such, especially because even I know people talk about, you know, throughout the 90s and everything, and you know, now I think people are looking at it like maybe it wasn't so bad. Perhaps we treated you too harshly, kind of situation with some of those Star Wars movies, right? And the way that I see it is, I think that signifies how good a brand is doing. Because even when you had something that had mixed reviews or something that was, if you wanted to use the term, divisive, even among those films, you still had success, right? Whereas to now, like I said, talking about Andor, which people, and maybe it's just a narrative, oh man, it was so good. Well, nobody turned out for it. And that's the difference between now and before. Because at minimum, you could say people were showing interest and intrigue in some capacity, whether it been going to watch the movies. Maybe it was going to buy books and merchandise. They don't have none of that stuff is working. Maybe they had a little boost with the stupid Yoda thing, right? But from a merchandise perspective. But, you know, we were talking about this with Drunk 3PO about their books. What was it, High Republic or whatever it was? And these guys are selling like 3,000 books on a Star Wars property. That's amazing to me. That's more amazing than something which I think that first issue sold like over 100,000. That's not amazing to me. The way that I see it is that's your floor, your fucking Star Wars. What's amazing is when you have something attached to Star Wars and it just failed. Like the name brand, that was when you knew it was successful. when you attach the name brand, and no matter how mixed the reviews were on a given product, it still saw a little bit of success. It still saw something, right? It wasn't like this shit's dead in the water. Now they could come up with an absolute masterpiece. Let's say Mandalorian and the green fucker is a just absolute fucking masterpiece.
Name it that, please. I'm begging you.
Mando and the green fucker.
I'd definitely go to the cinema and watch if they called it that. Mando and the green fucker. I'm in. Here's my money.
but let's just like it could be an absolute masterpiece. And I can guarantee you it would not matter.
You have gone in the space of 10 years from unbelievable interest in Star Wars. Disney buys Star Wars. Disney are in favor. We're gonna produce episodes 9, 10, 11. Oh, sorry, 7, 8, 9. Oh, unbelievable. 2 point whatever it did at the 2 point something billion at the box office. That shows through normie and fan, there was a big interest. In the space of 10 years, we're now going to have a 5-year gap, 6-year gap between Star Wars films because of no interest. That in itself is an unreal feat.
It's impressive.
It should have gone from 7, 8, 9. The box offices should have increased.
True.
Because of the hype, the popularity, etc. The Last Jedi, that absolutely annihilated the franchise. That is ground zero for the disease.
Yeah. It's remarkable because you have to go out of your way to do it. That's what I think it is worth analyzing, right? Because, and maybe we will be looking at this 15, 30 years from now, and we're like, how the fuck did they fuck this up? Like, that was remarkable. That was like, it would be more attractive if there was some like absolute shenanigans internally, right? And it's worth a documentary. Hell, maybe Charlemagne can direct the documentary of how Star Wars fucked itself, right? But either way, it is something that is to marvel, for lack of better terms, at. Because I could not imagine being in possession of a property so beloved. Because to your point that you made earlier, Disney gets the property. Disney is in good favor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now you're taking this massive property that has proven itself and you're selling it to an even bigger brand, right? With even more resources. We should be thinking like they're about to take this shit to a level unlike anything else. Star Wars is about to have the first $5 billion film, like or something like that's what we're thinking. And it went the complete fucking opposite direction to where maybe you got that initial boost. When was that? When was Force Awakens was what year?
2015?
2015. So you got a little boost. And then
2015, yeah.
2015, okay. And then everything falls off a motherfucking cliff as far as its interest. And that to me is just, I don't get it. And it happens in such a short period of time. And maybe that is the technology and all this, you know, we're a little closer in proximity than we had been before. Information spreads a lot faster. But I don't know if we've ever seen a $4 billion, at least what they thought it would be worth, property become, I mean, what would it be worth now? Let's assume that there was someone that had just endless amount of pockets. What the fuck would they sell Star Wars for now? What would it be worth? Let me ask that question.
Well, I mean, I don't think they've made back their 4 billion. I think we tried to do some very loosey-goosey maths, and we think it's probably brought in at best 2.8 to 3 billion profit. But these shows that are going up on Disney Plus, how do you quantify them? Because Disney Plus is losing billions
every quarter.
So surely if it's losing billions, then every show which is being produced for the, what is it, 250 million was Ahsoka to make that? Make it for 249 and give me $1 million. I'll make better fucking use of that.
True.
And I'm just gonna wank it away. That's good. That's just a 250 million write-off.
Yeah.
Because it's billions in debt.
Yeah.
So it's a write-off. Everything that they're doing is a write-off. They're not gaining subs. They're announcing losses, billions in losses.
Yeah.
So you got to think that 2.8 to 3 billion that they might have made through profit, that's now getting eaten away at, down and down and down with every TV show. Andor, loss. Ahsoka, loss.
Even
Acolyte,
Mando.
loss.
What did Mando?
Loss.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing there. There's fucking nothing there. There's nothing to cling to. And you're going in the opposite direction, which is why I asked that question. I just wonder what would even be the valuation on that? Like, okay, we're putting Star Wars up for sale. You couldn't sell it. I don't give a fuck what the inflation is. You couldn't sell it for $4 billion. Who the fuck right now in their right mind will buy Star Wars for $4 billion at the state that it's in right now?
I think I've got about 100 quid cash in my wallet. I want change.
That's about it. That is about nobody in their right mind. And weren't we talking about this yesterday, I think, on Tuesday Night's Main Event? And this is why I say things could get a little, look, man, do you want to see brands that you love go into the tank? But then being in my position where it's like we're making a little money. I think Sony bought the rights, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, guys, for $7 million. And maybe there's some ins and outs. Of course, it's funny money. It always comes with a certain set of stipulations. But if I'm not mistaken, now granted, right now that'd probably be worth almost double that, right? But wasn't it like $7 million? Right?
That's not a lot in the grand scheme.
Yeah, in the grand scheme, that's affordable. I mean, not to just a Joe Blow, but Yaira maybe hits something crazy, and then fucking, we do well here, we do well there, and next thing you know, and that, we ain't even subsidizing it with debt or a percentage of the company. That's generally what a lot of these deals come up with. Maybe it's just, all right, man, it's the best I got. Here's $3 million cash. Do you want it or not? Do you want it or not?
I'll chuck in a couple of quid, sweeten the pot.
All right, cool. Take it or leave it.
£2 British.
And then they're like, well, shit, man.
Look. This, that is cash. That is, you can spend that right now. That is disposable cash dollar money right there.
Yeah.
There's at least £1.50.
Yeah.
In silver change there.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Just consider it.
Think about it.
Because the longer you hold it, the more money you're losing.
It ain't gonna be here forever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take it away.
That's what I'm saying. So, I think it's not just with Star Wars. I think you can make the argument because I know Star Trek. Who is doing it? Is it Paramount that's doing it? They're in fucking how much amount of fucking debt, Lord knows. They're trying to even combine debt with fucking DC, or at least that's what was reported.
With Warner.
To become the Detatron. That's a thing. But man, some of this shit might start coming up for sale. And like maybe you don't gotta be a billionaire to get a hold of some of this shit. Maybe it's not the whole brand. But that's where I think it doesn't sound positive, but I think it is positive in the grand scheme. And that is if they run the bitch into the ground, they're devaluing it actively, and maybe someone that gives a fuck gets a hold of it. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe it's not the whole property. Maybe it's a character. They can do that. They've done it before. And maybe it's a character. Maybe it's like, look, man, here's fucking Wolverine. We can't do shit with it. Give him to you, $3.5 million. You know? And maybe again, that's different from $1 billion. $1 billion is a lot of money, by the way. Maybe someone that actually gives a fuck about that property says, oh, okay, I could do that. Here you go. So that's a positive. If they keep running it into the ground and they keep going in this direction, at minimum, they are devaluing it to the point to where somebody, because like I said, with Star Wars, it's not a $4 billion property anymore.
I mean, Disney, we both know Disney is selling Star Wars tomorrow. We both know it's up for 10 billion. We both know that. That's the game.
Yeah.
The game is, we value this at $10 billion. Star Wars is up for sale. You give us 10 billion, we'll take, because that's how the game's played.
Yeah.
And it was shit.
I don't know who in their right mind would even consider that.
No one would. No one would buy it for 10
like,
billion.
Would even
unless, of course, they're allowed to just get further and further into debt and Warner go, hey, we'll buy it and we'll go 60 billion in debt.
We'll actually add, we'll give you 12 billion for it. And we'll take it. We'll fucking take it. So we're going to give you more than what you asked for. And we'll take it. We're just piling up the debt here anyway. So who cares? Perhaps.
What we do?
Perhaps that is the direction that it goes. But imagine that. That's what, to bring this conversation back into perspective. That is the amazing thing to me. Is we are sitting there we're doing this show and we are talking about Star Wars not being able to make money.
Solo lost money.
What I think it would be hard. I think it would be easier, actually. Actually, no, I lie. I think it'd be more difficult to find out what they did make money on in the recent years. Outside, okay, I will give you merchandise sale for the green fucker.
Yeah.
It probably made
that's gone now. That's over.
Well, yeah, they blew that on fucking a season of fucking Ahsoka.
There's going to be Grogos in landfill soon.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All the sales of Star Wars have dried up.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, so now we will look at what has been produced as far as these movies. TV shows, which they put a lot of resources in. None of those are making them money. So what do they have? What does Star Wars have? I guess that's a difficult question to answer. What does Star Wars have right now that we could say, objectively speaking, they're making money off of it?
Who though, Eric? That's the question. To who? Because as Chris Gore very rightly said, Star Wars is now a female brand.
Okay.
Which was a predominantly male brand, is now a female orientated and pushed to brand. Our female. So if you're saying what's profitable, what's selling, we're talking about to a female audience. Nothing. Girls don't like fucking Rey. She's a stupid bin. Not Daisy Ridley. I'm sure Daisy Ridley's a lovely woman. Rose Tico? Think Rose Tico's flying off the shelves?
No, we've seen plenty of videos of them shits. I mean, they say they can't even give them motherfuckers away.
You think Sabine,
they can't give them away.
Flick My Sabine, is breaking down the doors of the local shops? Ahsoka folding her arms. What's selling? Nothing. Because as it's been highlighted in the past, and it's quite true, very hard to sell a female toy. Period.
Didn't McFarlane mention something like that, and the people got pissed off at him?
Yeah,
It was
but it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
And you could get as pissed off as you want. It's simply true. Very difficult to sell
numbers
female,
are numbers.
unless they are absolutely humdinger females. To sell a female toy is actually very difficult to do. Collectors will pick them up. A few kids here and there will pick them up. But in the grand scheme of things, always exceptions to the rule. In the grand scheme of things, they don't sell. They don't sell. These are very hard sells.
Mm-hmm.
So how the fuck are you going to sell anything when nobody gives a fuck about your brand? That's why we see rows and rows and rows of Rays. Popular Ray, savior of Star Wars Ray, hero of the next movie Ray. Streams and streams of Ray toys and Rose Tico toys and purple-haired fucking gender studies teacher toys. Nobody's buying them. Nobody bought them. Toys R Us went out of fucking business. Hot Toys is being hit big time. And it's got a lot of problems this coming year in terms of what they're going to try to sell. Because Star Wars ain't fucking selling shit. Star Trek doesn't sell shit. Nothing. Doctor Who doesn't sell shit. Nothing. It's all been annihilated. Annihilated by these fuckwits in charge. Because we've got a bunch of activists and not a bunch of capitalists in a capitalist society.
Yeah.
People who want to make money ain't making money because they're not the ones who are making the decisions no more.
Yeah, and again, you bring up a good point. I mean, you you absolutely have to have a capitalist line of thinking. And when you have people, especially in leadership roles, that don't look at it like it's a sale, I do think these people look at it. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy and her approach speaks for itself, where they look at it more like it's a tool, right? It's not, I need to make the brand money. Right. They don't look at it like, okay, my job is secure, and maybe because it's not. And I don't know what rules they have, like what their contractual obligations, what they're looking at quarterly, as far as what justifies Kathleen Kennedy having their contract renewed or being kicked out of the bitch or whatever. I don't know. But when you have people in leadership positions that don't care about making money, I think it shows. Because you think they're having these conversations internally? I don't think so. That we're having right now. Like, what the fuck? I guess I can be wrong. But I don't seriously think internally these guys are sitting around table and are leading with let's say not incompetence, right? Leading with know-how, saying what's going to make us money. What do the people want? I think they lead with what do we want the people to want?
Well, they lead with what we've seen. They lead with, we've got CNN to do an article on our director who is a female of color activist documentary.
First, you got to hold on, man. You got to add everything, right? It's get it correct, ass. It's the first female. Hold on, excuse me. First female person of color to be nominated for some fucking bullshit award before the age of 37.
Hey, I was the first person under the age of 50 to drink out of this bottle at this moment in time.
Oh, that's huge, man. That's fucking huge. That's record breaking, man.
I appreciate you, buddy.
But that's who you brought on, and that person was selected, hand selected, the Mag Special.
But that's what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with decisions about where can we take the franchise, what is going to be A, interesting to an audience, and B, allow us to produce merchandise to go alongside this, C, see the franchise continue. That's going to lead to further interest in the story. No, we're getting a dumb bint in Kathleen Kennedy who doesn't give a fuck about Star Wars, knows nothing about Star Wars, didn't even realize there was an extended fucking universe, and decried the fact that other franchises had so much source material to pull on that we don't.
That statement gets me. Brit gets brought up every now and then. She fucking said that.
Yeah, she said that. That's who's in charge of your brand. That is an immediate firing from that position. Holy
100%.
shit. We've got an incompetent cunt in the fucking charge of this.
You're unqualified. You have told me that you are unqualified. You're out 100%. Like some core, you have not done a bit of research, and I got you at the highest of the positions within the company. Yeah, you're gone. You're fucking gone. Something that should be basic knowledge. First of all, you wouldn't get the job in the first place. But that's what I don't fucking get with Star Wars. I don't get it. I don't get having people in these positions that don't know the property because it's fucking Star Wars. There's a fan with some account that gets 300 views that you could just randomly pick that knows this shit like the back of their fucking hand. That would be more suited to be in a leadership role than fucking Kathleen Kennedy. I don't get it. None of it makes sense. None of it fucking makes sense other than, well, yeah, there's shenanigans at play. It's more about activism. It's not about the quality of the content by any means. It's more about checking boxes. It's more about trying to utilize this as some fucking political social platform. That's it. Look, it's fucking Star Wars. There is no shortage of people that will probably do it for fucking a fraction of the price that you would pay Kathleen Kennedy to do the same fucking job and actually get results that makes the fans of the brand happy.
I pick up the Star Trek franchise tomorrow, right? Star Trek franchise is mine, starting from tomorrow. You know the first thing I do? I hire Robert Meyer Burnett. That's what I do. I hire Robert Meyer Burnett to overlook. And where are we going? What direction are we going? Are we picking up from end of next gen, going through that timeline? That's what I do. I pick up somebody that knows it inside out, upside down, and has forgotten more about Star Trek than I will ever fucking know about Star Trek.
No. Period. That's the route. It's easy. It's like you get in somehow, I don't know, DC, it gets in my hands. Or let's say the Bat family gets in my hands. Ooh. I say, hey, Chuck.
I'm tickling your balls for Tim Drake. Come on, Eric. Come on, Eric. Give me Tim, and come on.
All right, you can have it. You can have it. But this is what I say. I hit up Chuck Dixon. I say, everything with regards to the Bat family, I want you to facilitate the whole fucking thing. And by facilitate, I mean you get people, at least at minimum, I know at the head honcho, I know someone that knows this family. I know someone that knows these characters. I know someone that has handled these characters through and through. And it's period. It's no, guys, this isn't a rocket science, because if you are in a position like they are, you get to choose who you want to work for you. This is what makes this so fucking impressive. It's impressive for them to go in the direction that they're going in. It's just so impressive because it's like you're Disney. You could hire whoever the fuck you want. Anybody. You can hire anybody you want. You get to pick and choose and you probably can name your price, to be honest. You're that big of a brand. There's not many brands like that. Marvel can say that maybe now. Star Wars. Pick your spot.
You and me both know we're both massive Batman fans.
Yes.
You and me both know Chuck Dixon, no brainer. Get Chuck Dixon, editor in chief.
Yeah.
Boom, done. And then you wouldn't even have to do anything apart from fucking pay the man.
That's it.
Because he'd know exactly right. This is what I want to do with these characters. These are the talent that I want to bring in to the company.
He'd know all that.
bring them in. This is where I want you to go. This is where I want you to go. This is where I want you to go. I'm going to work on this because even though he's editor-in-chief, he'll do a Denny O'Neil.
Oh,
I'll fucking be writing this
he'll
one.
write some shit, 100%.
Hey, Graham, let's do a run. Let's do a 20-issue run on Detective. Get it relaunched. Boom.
No brainer.
It would just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
After that, it's about putting the right people in the right positions.
That's what leadership is.
And that is not happening in any franchises right now. Well, next to no franchises. I'm hard pressed to even think of one that actually is.
Not one that's mainstream. what would you point to in the mainstream that hasn't been ran to shit? There's nothing that exists. We tolerate it. No, let's be honest. Look, we fucking tolerate it. It's less that it's being ran or it's in good hands. We just tolerate the bullshit. Let's be honest. Let's be 100. There is no. I'll answer the question for you, as there is no fucking franchise that's being ran competently like that. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. You can sit up here and think for the next fucking 40 hours. There's nothing there. It's what we tolerate. Some may be varying degrees of shit, but at the end of the day, it's still shit. It's still there. You talk about like what's going on with some of the, even in some of the games and shit, like with like regard to Magic and it's like it's tolerated. But we know that they've got their greasy ass hands on it.
Oh yeah. Hasbro the same. Hasbro in massive trouble.
Yeah, there is no property not in the States or in the West.
You got McFarlane giving fucking Hasbro, pushing this onto Hasbro.
That's a Mayday.
Yeah.
That's what that is. It's a fucking Mayday. It's a Hail Mary. It's we are fucked up, and we gotta. There's one guy that has seemed to got his ducks in a row, and with regard to the toy market. That's all that is. When they go to Todd, and everybody's going to him now, they're like, "Please help us fix this shit." It's a Hail Mary. Hasbro's trying to work with McFarlane. DC, all that DC shit goes through him now. Right, he's the one calling the shots there because it's a Hail fucking Mary. That's it. But the brands themselves, they're ruined.
I haven't seen a company like DC, like Hasbro, suck so much since I read the latest Alan Scott comic. I'm only kidding. Of course, I didn't read it. Think I'm stupid.
Who did, to be fair?
No, but nobody. Man,
I feel sorry for Elton John and
I guess
and
nobody's
stigma,
gonna I guess that AIDS stigma's gonna continue.
It's gonna continue because they get the fresh ass dime for a lot of real.
It's too easy to virtue signal. Hey, Eric. As soon as I make $10 million on this stream, I'm going to give all of the profits after that to the Elton John Don't Take the Piss Out of AIDS Fund. Virtue signaling is easy.
That's easy.
It's easy.
That's a cakewalk.
I'm going to give all the profits from this book, all my royalties from this book to Elton John's Don't Stop It with AIDS Fund. But you know you're not going to make any royalties.
You're not seeing a royalty from that because you're not going to meet the threshold to make the fucking royalty. It'll never happen.
No.
But that's where we're at.
To do that, you got to sell books.
True.
You got to sell books.
Yeah.
And you don't sell books when you get some fucking weirdo come in front of a camera and say, "Hey, let's stick it to the boogeyman."
Yeah.
We've created a mythical villain to justify our hatred of the customer base.
Yep.
And let's stick it to them by showing the corporation that the thing that you don't like, you actually like.
Yep.
Even though the statistical possibility of actually liking it to the audience that it's targeted to means there are tens of people available to buy this.
Maybe not tens. Maybe it's single digits.
I can't be an asshole all my life, Eric. I have to be kind
You're
sometimes.
trying to give them a benefit. I respect that.
You got to give them a half a yard here and there.
I respect that, man. But yeah, these guys, the audience doesn't exist. The boogeyman is someone that they created in their heads.
Yeah,
it's much like some of the guys that despise me. You know, I read these chats, and you know, these guys act like, I mean, I go around kicking babies and abusing people and all kinds of shit.
Eric, I already like you. You don't have to sell me.
But you get what I'm saying. It's it's a boogeyman. It is somebody that they've created, and unfortunately, they are using.
They need it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
the mainstream comic book industry needs their boogeyman. That's what they need. It allows them to continue doing what they're doing right now. We're doing this because it's necessary, because there is a group of people out there who are bigots and racists and homophobes, and it's our job, our responsibility to show them that no, these people exist and we're here. And oh yeah, fuck up.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what it is, right? That's exactly what it is. It is a signal. It's but they, you know, a lot of it comes with bad behavior, and they feel like their bad behavior is justified if they can make people out to be someone that is so evil that would then justify the dumb shit it is they're doing. When effectively all they are doing is using they are using properties that have existed long, you know, in some cases longer than they've been alive, as their vehicle for doing such.
How disrespectful is that? I mean,
and
how disrespectful is that?
It is 1000%. It is. It's disrespectful. Definitely to those that have done all the work it is that they've done to build these brands to be in the position it is that they are, where they've you know, gone generation to generation, been passed on, and then once it gets to you, you just fuck it all up. All for what? Ego. All for virtue signaling. All for activism. All for superficial bullshit. And again, it's made up of a boogeyman that is in your own head. It does not exist. It's who you need people to be in order for your bullshit to be justified. The fucked up things it is that you do. And you feel like, and this is what gets me, man, about you know, they care so much about their fucking peers. And that has always been the mistake there anyway, right? Where it's such a peer driven. Well, it's peer driven right now more than it is customer driven. And these people get off on having all of these people sack rot them, pat them on the back, retweet their shit, get a headline, have CNN covering you, right? They care more about that than presenting something of value to a willing customer base. That matters more than them. They're going to go to sleep at night like proud of that shit. Yeah, CBR did a headline, said so-and-so got turned gay and I was the bravest son of a bitch ever to do it. Like, they're going to get off on that. They're going to get off on weirdos with stan accounts on fucking Twitter, retweeting them, snapping and shit, saying, yes, Queen Slay, because you put a 3-way kiss in a fucking DC comic that bought, I don't know, that 9 people bought. But it's going to be far more retweets than you have buyers, number one. But they care more about that. They get off on that. It's very peer driven. This is what I'm telling independents. Do not repeat that fucking mistake. Like, it sounds fucked up, but it's the honest to God's truth. When you are selling product, you are not selling to your peers.
No.
It's just a reality, right? I'm not selling to people that do the same shit it is that I do. That's not who I'm selling to. I'm selling to buyers. And yes, you can be a peer and let's say buy certain shit, but the vast majority of your peers are not even into your shit. They got their own shit to worry about. You're selling to customers, you're selling to readers, you're selling to viewers, and their perspective is often different from the hive mind that you're surrounded by.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what these cats don't get. They have no idea because, and I think
they just don't care.
Well, yeah, I mean that's even worse.
Yeah, you mentioned about CBR and whatever. It's a little bit, just a little bit, but it's a little bit deeper than that. They are literally creating comics for CBR to write an article about them so they can go back to their own industry and go,
look at me.
Look at me. That's who their audience is. Their audience is themselves and their narcissism and their ego. That's what it is. Creating comics for articles to be written about them, so they can. That's who these people are.
Yeah,
not a customer. There's nothing remotely customer focused. Kelly Sue DeConnick, we all saw the "Don't like my politics, don't buy my book." Kelly Sue DeConnick then later goes, "Oh fucking hell, comic shops are fucked, innit?"
Oh man, it's scary times
it's
right now.
Scary times. They're shutting down at an alarming rate of knots. Then a year or so later, what does Kelly Sue DeConnick say then? Well, we shouldn't be making comics for an audience. We should be making comics for Disney and Marvel for them to farm IP. Essentially, she's saying we can't sell comics for shit because we are shit.
True.
And we're not customer focused. And we've never been customer focused. That's never been our drive. It's never been our agenda. Our agenda all along has been to handle for ourselves, cater for ourselves, push ourselves, try and get our own characters, which we've created or whatever, into a Netflix, into a film. Get me some royalties. Why is Ms. Marvel being pushed left, right, and center? Is it because Ms. Marvel's such a great character? No, it's because she was created by Sama Amanot and it's her payday. So every time and who's editor and who's, leading Marvel? Sam Amanot, allegedly, even though she's been fired. Don't worry about that. They don't get fired the same as we do, folks. So she gets it pushed into everything. So every time she appears, she gets paid. She gets paid. She gets paid. Stick it in the video game, gets paid. Stick it in the TV show, gets paid. Stick it in the Marvel's movie, gets paid. That character exists to pay Sam Amanot. That's it. These people, if Disney wasn't full of fucking pedos, kid traffickers, and all that kind of fucking, never mind incompetent arseholes that are also there, you'd be gutting DC and Marvel with half a brain cell. Get the fuck out of here. All of you, fucking, oi, Begseg, fuck off.
Anybody with sense, that's how
anybody with sense, but that's just it. No one's got sense, ain't there, mate.
Nah.
But the activism is.
Oh, it's plenty of that, and it looks like it's gonna, increase. And that's the part that's remarkable to me. I watch these companies even continue to bring on these DIE specialists and it's become a race hustle, right? We were talking about that with the Google chick, even though she's done not just Google, she's done this shit for like a bunch of big companies, right? I forget her name. It's like it's not Adrian, it's something along those lines. I did a video on her. And, she's talking about basically how people were ruining a race hustle by saying that, they don't acknowledge basically, or they won't acknowledge her struggle and all sorts of bullshit. And I'm
going to struggle. That's why.
Right. But this is the thing. Her focus isn't money. Like, well, for herself, maybe, but, enriching herself. But I'm saying, like, how does this elevate the people that you're doing this shit for? How is this going to make them more money?
You think BLM was created to lift up black people?
Nah,
No,
we
it's
know
to get
that.
a bunch of fucking bitches rich.
Lesbos rich, yeah, that's what it was.
You think
Quite
Sweet Baby
literally.
Inc. is there to make video games better? No, they're a race hustling company
Yeah.
that'll come in and race hustle your fucking corporation to a bunch of dumb fucking white wankers in California who are too fucking stupid and scared to go against the fucking narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, please come into our fucking studio and make our video lame and fucking gay.
No.
I will do that. It boils down to that, Eric. All day, every day. Every fucking race hustler is about cash dollar money.
For
They
themselves.
don't give a fuck about don't give a shit about if you're gay, straight, black, white, fucking magenta, burnt sienna, teal. They don't give a fuck what color you are, where you stick your genitals. They don't give a shit about that. They give a shit about using this narrative to get themselves fucking ahead, get themselves paid.
No.
And it's always been the case. All these fucking virtue signalers who say, oh, we're doing this for this community, that community. No, you're doing it for your fucking self, and everyone knows it.
No.
Apart from the fucking wankers in your fucking echo chamber who are all fucking in on this bullshit. All of them are in on this fucking bullshit.
Facts. No,
Biden, not trying to get political, but Biden, the last election, you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He was telling you the truth. Because he was saying, if you don't vote for me, I won't treat you like black. You'll be fucking dead to us anyway. Because it's all about the fucking narrative. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's the same thread across the whole fucking board. These people, Kelly Sue DeConnick, fucking Gail Simone, fucking Heidi McCuntface. You think these people are in it for fucking inclusion and diversity and fucking spread? No, of course they're in it for themselves. Why do you think Kelly Sue DeConnick something beaked up when the Marvels film came out? Oh, because Carol fucking Danvers was there, Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel. So she'll be getting paid then, won't she? So it's in her best interest to start peaking up. Why, when Birds of Prey came out and it was a mitigated failure, suddenly everyone came to bat from the spheres for Gail Simone? Oh, because it was Birds of Prey using characters that Gail Simone had used in her copy of Birds of Prey, because Gail Simone was getting fucking paid. That's what it's about. It's in their best interest to harp up then. What happens when that goes out the cinema? Fucking dead. Nothing. Quiet.
They don't care.
I will have respect for they will earn my respect. People who claim to champion these communities. They go to march in fucking Riyadh. In the streets of Riyadh. The day that they go to march with their banners and flags and slogans and righteousness, self-righteousness, in the streets of fucking Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, then I will have some fucking respect for them. Until then, shut up.
It's a convenience thing. This is easy activism. This is why I always say the activism in the modern day it's the tool of it's occupation for losers. It's essentially what it is, because they don't have to exert a lot of energy to present themselves as moral, as righteous, as just. It requires not much of them. Shout out Gary for the raid. I see you in the chat there. I guess the nooner just ended. Shout out. But the way that I see it is it's easy. It's easy activism, right? It's just, here's a platform. You've given it to me. And all these people are going to kiss my ass because you did what? You fucking took Tim Drake and now he likes men. You took John Kent and you said now he likes men. You took Bobby Drake.
Now he said he likes men.
Aqualad, now he likes men. No, this version of Aqualad likes men. Bobby Drake not only likes men, he is flaming. We're gonna put him in ice high heels in a dress. For what? Is that going to sell more books? And it's like the meme. It's like books. That's what I feel like. Sell books. It's like a question mark goes above their head, like fucking, I don't know, Metal Gear or whatever. And like making money, watching the company be successful, watching the company be great is not even first, second, or third on their list of priorities. Number one, number two, and number three is how do they enrich themselves and how do they get admiration from their peers, which is why they all love to brag about, hey, check me out, man. I was the fucking Eisner nominated. I'm not, granted, I'm broke as fuck, but I was the Eisner nominated.
I'll take the cash. No, I'll take the cash. I don't give a fuck about accolades. My ego's fine. Thank you very much indeed. I'll take the cash. I can't spend an Eisner. I can spend money. Have all the accolades you want. I'll fucking crown you queen of the fucking universe. I'll take the cash.
Every time. You know, who gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, like, that's not the metric. It's not who I'm trying to impress. Well, maybe, well, not me. Them, yeah. They love that shit. They love, like, hey, and a little, definitely the, you know, sort of backroom channels and all that other gay shit it is that they're a part of, ops and all, where, you know, they're circle jerking each other and patting each other on the back. They love that shit. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, what does it matter if you are sending your company, if you're running your company into the ground? What does it matter? Guys, I need people to understand this as it pertains to the comic book industry. They are selling, as far as the numbers of sales for their individual books. Yes, all day. But for their individual books, they are doing numbers that would have got them canceled back in the gap 30, 40 years ago. And we're talking the vast majority of them are doing numbers that would have got them canceled. Now it's almost a norm, right? It's just what it is. It's in decline. So all these Eisners, all these, the admiration, even having a boost from having these billion-dollar movies, what the fuck good did it do? What did those Eisners that all these people won over the last decade, let's just go the last 10 years, what good did it do to fucking industry? What good did it do Marvel? What good did it do DC? When Eisner nominated whatever, wrote said story, what good did it fucking do? Nothing. It did them no, someone asked in the chat, are Eisners edible? Yeah, that's to my point.
Yeah, should be gold with fucking milk chocolate in the middle. Peel off the wrap, peel off the foil, that's it.
Yeah. But what good does it do them? Like, I'm talking about for the industry's sake, what good does it do? That all these people had this happen. When you saw them on a CBR headline for Pride Month, and now we have I don't know, Liberace Spider-Man and Sun Spider, legs flopping all around the fucking place while she's swinging around. What good did it do? Like, how does that make you money? Like, let me be serious. Fuck, all right, even if we just talked about just from enthusiasm and viewership, which, again, the numbers and the money is how you're going to quantify that anyway. Are people picking that shit up and being like, yeah, man, this for sure is going to get me into comics? Who the fuck is saying that on anything being produced? Nobody's saying that, man. So even if you took all other bullshit, just look at it objectively. This shit's not working. Well, and I think that's maybe as what pisses them off so much and why they would never come to terms with it, because they don't want to accept that maybe their ideological enemies were right. Maybe all the stuff that they were talking about and how this was turning people off to the brand, maybe that was when you call them toxic and call them man babies and call them all this shit. Maybe all of that was turning people off.
But they were calling them that because they knew they were right. And they were mad. That's why you want to call them names, because you want them to be quiet. You want to try and shame them in some way, shape, or form, because that's your currency. That's one of your weapons is shame. Shame people. Shame them to silence. When they're shamed into silence, we can carry on doing what we want. No, you're a fucking joke. The comics are a joke. X-Men Gala fucking bollocks. What the fuck is that? Who do you think's buying that shit? Nobody. Who do you think's buying floppy leg spider twat? Nobody. Who do you think's buying Liberace fucking Spider-Man? Nobody. Who do you think's buying Tim Drake gay boy? Nobody. Who's buying Super Homo? Nobody. Aqua gay? Nobody.
Aqua gay.
Nobody's buying this fucking shit. Cancelled again. Let's go into the editor-in-chief. I have a new idea. What's this new idea? It's this character here. Yeah, they're gay. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, okay, yeah, greenlit. Yeah, stunning and brave. Fucking blah, blah, blah.
And it's all hollow.
I would watch this film, Eric.
It's yeah, man, I just shared that. It's if you want to make money, Star Wars, I give you that one for free.
Yeah. Oof. Generous man.
You ain't gotta pay me for it. That's yours. The title's yours.
I'd say the green cunt, but there you go.
the title's yours. It's yours. But yeah, it's not equaling sales, but that's the problem is that, I guess back in the Gap, it was more blue collar. Because, we hear Chuck talk about this, in the era that he comes from, they're looking at.
It still is blue collar, mate. It's never changed. That's who predominantly buys comics. The working fucking man is the predominant buyer of comics.
Yeah.
That's your target audience. Although it's not to you, your target audience is some fucking blue-haired land whale Portlandian who likes mutilating kids for a living. That's your fucking target audience, and congratulations, you sold as many copies of that comic as there fucking are towards those people. Fucking 5.
Yeah.
They are too good for their audience.
Let them tell it. Absolutely.
They're too good. We've spoken about this before. Once upon a time, the customer was always right. Once upon a time, the customer was king. Now, is the customer good enough to buy our product?
Yep.
That is where companies are right now.
Yep.
And that is where the comic book industry, you've brought a bunch of aloof fucking people who look down on comic purchasers and think they're fucking small little people. Oh, look at these little people. Silly little people buying these silly little characters.
Yeah.
You haven't got people that love the characters. You got people that hate the characters. You ain't got people that love heroes. You got people that hate heroes. You ain't got people that can fucking write. And they're just a whole fucking mess of neuroses because they know it and they're there and they know they don't deserve to be. And they look down at the audience because they know full well their audience knows more about this shit than they ever will in their lifetime.
Facts. Absolute facts. Not even know.
You think Chuck Dixon ever did that? Denny O'Neil ever did that? Fucking anyone? No. They knew who their audience was. They knew how to cater to that audience. They knew how to produce what that audience wanted. I get DC Comics tomorrow. I get Marvel tomorrow. We've said this before. I'm sorry if we're repeating ourselves. You got it. Everybody, fuck off. And the ones who are decent will call you back.
Well, that's the, and it sounds like harsh, but that's the only solution. If I'm gonna be 100 with you, that's the only solution. It's, hey, we send a mass email to everybody that has an email attached to the company, right? And we say, you're all fired. Your email will not work in the next 24 hours after that because you're gone, right? So we're just sending you the email so you see the email. And then if there's contractors involved, whatever project that they are working on, I'm sending a mass email, say, stop what you're doing. We're going to pay you for your honor our obligations. If the part of the contract says we got to pay you out, whatever, we're going to do that. We're going to pay you out, but don't finish the work. Go fuck off. That's the only solution. Everybody get the fuck out. Everybody get the fuck out, and then we'll work on it the next day, the next week. Maybe there were some people that need to get brought back. We'll call them. But initially, everybody's gone. We gotta. It's a virus. We gotta go to the root. And I'm not about to sit up here and waste all this time to try to figure out who's compromised and who's not. Everybody get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only solution for these fucking companies. That's how infiltrated they are. That's how these fucking locusts have latched themselves, leeches, ticks, whatever you want to call them, have latched themselves to their companies, and it's infiltrated every aspect of it, from leadership on down to the creatives. The janitor's probably in on it too. So I'm getting rid of his ass too. All of them. Everybody is out. Everybody's out. And then we'll figure it out. Perfect word to describe them. But then we'll figure it out. That's not to say that people that left won't get called back. But we'll handle that. Initially, everybody's fucking gone. That's the only way that these companies are going to get fixed. And in order for something like that to happen, well, who owns them would need to be someone that gives a fuck about it. It has to start there.
Tom Taylor, are you going to be a dumb fuck, or are you going to be fucking normal if we get you back in? All right, okay. Talk to that then. That's the conversations I'll be having.
Period.
Are you gonna write properly, or are you gonna come to me and go, "Hey, let's fucking make this character go"? What are you gonna do? You gonna be normal? You gonna be normal, or are you gonna be fucking stupid, mate? You gonna be normal? We'll talk. You gonna be fucking stupid? Stay out.
Period. That's just what it is. That's the only solution. People need to understand it. That's it. And if it doesn't happen, even if let me say this, every success is going to be an outlier, and it's going to be abnormal if that does not happen. Other than that, it's just going to be like something crept through. Sasuke somehow snuck a story by where Black Widow takes it to fucking pedophiles. Like they literally snuck it by. It was too late before they realized, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
they're killing our boys.
We're talking about flying close, to the sun. Boy, motherfuckers was sweating when they was reading that shit. Like, is this about us? They snuck it by. They snuck it by. Certain circumstances snuck it by, and I'm so thankful that they were able to get it by. But that's what I'm talking about. It's going to be that type of approach. It's gonna. Those are what are going to be the successes, because they've been so fucked, top to bottom. They are in trouble, and the ideologues that run the companies are so. I think they've worked so hard to get in this position that they for sure wouldn't go down without a fight. So that's why the fight will be to fire them. I'm not gonna fight with y'all. Ain't nothing to argue about.
No.
Ain't nothing, like, again, ain't no love lost either. Like if hypothetically speaking, the Rippaverse got control of Marvel. Again, I'm telling everybody, get out.
I'm praying to every god.
But I'm saying get out. I'm saying everybody that is a part of this, the merger or whatever you want to happen, that now you guys are part of, whoever was coming from the other company, get the fuck out. Get out. Here's the email. It details everything. Read it, because it will self-destruct.
I'll get Ubers for you all.
I'll be accommodating. You're out the door, but I'm gonna be accommodating. I don't really owe y'all that, but I am gonna. I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna be accommodating. But you're out.
Yeah.
Everybody is gone, and we'll figure it out after the fact. And maybe some of y'all, and I wouldn't say that you should expect it because 99% of y'all won't be coming back, right? But maybe there's a tiny chance. But that is going to be reserved for the upper echelon. Everybody else, you're out. You're going to have to be forced to get a real job. Maybe you try the Mags approach, stumbled on hard times, invoiced.
Not my problem. Not my problem. Hey, Eric, when I started my YouTube channel, I had about £10,000 in savings. I thought, oh, it's YouTube gig. It's easy, isn't it? You make a video, tens of thousands of people watch your video, boom. 36 views in the first 24 hours on my first video. Oh, shit. Okay, this is actually going to be a little bit more difficult. First year, I go through my £10,000 savings. Got to pay rent, got to pay bills, never mind other things. Set up PC, microphones, headphones, all that kind of business. And I end up having to sell my collections off to keep going because I like this YouTube. I think I want to give myself a chance. I end up having to move into this house here, into my mate's attic up there. Not a penny to my name, not an item to my name, apart from a PC and one monitor. Mate said, you stay up there. Don't worry about rent for now. This will be rent, but we'll just add it together. And then when you start making some money, you can start paying us rent. Nominal fee as well, though. It's really cool. Nominal fee on rent. And that includes all bills. Not food, but all bills. Cheers, buddy. Really appreciate you. So I had a chance to get myself back on my feet. Took me 6 months of work here to earn the money to pay him back the rent to get on parity. Now I was just paying rent. I had no back rent. Now I was just paying rent. I could put a little bit of food on my table. Didn't have any money, disposable coin. Couldn't buy any toys or anything like that, you know. No. It's beans on toast, mate. Beans on toast, and we're fucking doing videos. 3 videos a day. It's called working. It's called grinding. And I ground and I ground and I ground. And in 3 months' time, 4 months' time, it's going to be 12 years on YouTube. 12 years. That's called work ethic. It's called working. There's certainly some luck involved. There's also luck involved in pretty much a lot of the entertainment industry.
You got it. Some timing that's got to be involved in it, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So
but
somebody
it
who wants to set up a GoFundMe to beg.
Someone in the chat, it was one of the forefathers of America said something about like the harder I work, it seems, the luckier I get.
Yeah.
Yes. It's something along those lines. I can't remember who it was, and that's not the exact quote, but it's something along those along those lines.
It's pretty good. I wasn't a writer for one of the biggest fucking comic book companies in the world. I didn't cut my dick off, but I didn't have that privilege, Eric. I was a guy in an attic making fucking videos about World of Warcraft. And if I wanted to get somewhere, I knew that I was the only person that was going to do that. It wasn't GoFundMe's. It wasn't DSPs. There wasn't BegSegs. None of that. So anyone who's in a fucking industry where they're meant to be fucking a top fucking performer that's fucking begging for money every fucking month, I don't care. I have no sympathy for you. Get a job. We discussed this last week. Get a job. Go somewhere else. Make some fucking money. Work hard, you lazy bint.
Yeah, so it literally is not my problem. Like not anybody. It's not anybody's issue that invoice December 7th and the catastrophic month because you got fired from Marvel because Eric bought the company and he told you to go fuck yourself. That's not my, like I said, we'll Uber you out wherever you need to go, but that's about to the extent of that, and we're moving on. That's just got to be the approach. And if there were, I think, people again in leadership positions within these companies that gave a fuck about it, you know, it wouldn't have gotten the position that it is right now. Because I can imagine being a head honcho in any capacity, even if an editor at like at Marvel, like EIC or whoever was Joe Quesadilla, right? When all this shit, because I think he was the EIC when all this shit really started to pop off in the mid 2000s. I could be wrong, because I can't remember when Alex Alonso left, and then Quesadilla, as I call him, took over. But I cannot imagine like some of these fucking cunts would come up to me with like, hey, you need to check yourselves because we don't have enough stories about X types of people. The minute you came to me, whether it was in my office or it was in an email, that's the day that you got took off whatever project that you were on, or that's the day you got fired.
Mm-hmm.
It would have never been allowed to manifest. Because what does that have to do with making us money? What does that have to do with running our business? That's nothing to do with jack shit, because you don't feel like certain parties are represented. Like the minute I got approached with that, I'd have been like, you're out. You're out. Like it wouldn't have even been allowed to just manifest itself. It would have been like, you're out. The fact that you even brought that to me, if it was bold enough, all right, contract's over. Employment's over.
Because a statement like that isn't for an audience. A statement like that is for the press.
100%.
That's why. That's all it was. That's why Tom Taylor turned Jonathan Kent gay, because he knew it would get him good press.
Well,
It's
that's why
all
he was wearing his gay S on his chest, rainbow S on his chest. I don't know, the day that it got announced and he's doing interviews. You think that was like not planned? I think that was
it's all planned.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the point.
It's all planned,
coordinated.
But he knew he knew full well. We're not dumb. You like to think we're dumb. We're not dumb. But he was just like, what could get me some really good headlines? What could get me in the mainstream media, mainstream press, not CBR? That's just a fucking circle jerk. What's going to get me into the big ones, the varieties and all that? What's going to get... What if I made Superman gay? Well, to make we can't make Clark Kent gay, Lois Lane. People are never going to stand for that. But if we get rid of Clark Kent,
got to age him up first.
Take him out of planet Earth, age up Jonathan Kent, so he takes over as Earth's Superman. I can turn Jonathan Kent gay, and then I can say Superman is gay because Jonathan Kent will be Earth's Superman, and I will get press and accolades, and then Hollywood will come knocking at my door, and Hollywood will say, Tom, this is Hollywood. We would love to hear which characters of our franchises you'd like to stick a dick up their ass. Oh, Hollywood, I would love to come there and gay up your shit. I would love to come up, because I'm such an... Did I tell you how much of an ally I was? I am the biggest ally. Ah, that's great, Tom. Come over. Let's do brunch. It'd be fucking amazing. Okay? Gonna have a good time. I'll be there in a minute. What? That's why Tom Taylor turned Jonathan Kent gay. Had nothing to do with representation. Had nothing to do with being seen. It was about him, the press it would give him, the opportunities it would give him. That is your industry. Stark, raving narcissists.
Yeah, I mean, it's putting it perfectly. It is. They do believe that the world sort of revolves around them in their opinion. And they would much rather be seen as brave and stunning to, again, as we spoke about earlier, their peers, than they care about actually giving customers what it is that they want. And I do believe that's a structural problem. Like, and what I mean by that is that's a tone that has to be set by leadership, where everybody needs to understand the goal here. You can have fun. It can be a fulfilling job. But at the end of the day, none of this matters if we are not giving customers, paying customers, what it is that they want. None of this shit matters. That has to be number one. And it's something that everybody needs, that's within the company, needs to understand. That is your goal. The goal is not to sit up here and be admired by your peers. Who gives a fuck about any of that shit? None of that shit is relevant. None of that shit matters. What's important is that we're giving people something. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. You win. You keep your job. It may be well paying. It could be a fulfilling job. It can be something that's fun. But at the end of the day, none of that shit matters if we are not making fucking money, bro. If we are not giving people what it is that they want. And I think that's the line of thinking that nobody seems to have within obviously these companies, but that is a tone that has to get set by leadership. Leadership has to instill you before you even get brought on. Like, you need to understand this ain't about you. Everybody here is filling the role. Say that about my own fucking company. I'm filling the role as the leader, but the goal here, if I want to keep this shit up, is we got to give people what it is they want. We have to give buyers what it is they want. We got to appeal to customers. We have to appeal to readers. We got to appeal to people that want animation. We got to appeal to people that want whatever we're producing with River Studios, that want this merchandise. We have to appeal to them first, because if we don't, should we determine that is not important to us, that's the minute that all this shit, the rug gets pulled under us. So that's a tone that has to get set, and a precedent that has to be set by the leadership. And I just don't feel like that conversation ever had. I feel like these people getting these, especially with these mainstream cats, they get in these positions, they think they fucking made it, and they care more about the status than they care about anything else. They like the status of being able to put, I work for Marvel, I work for DC, I work for whoever.
They're whores. They're whores, and they're spending Warner Brothers and Disney's sugar daddy money.
Sugar daddy money, yep, that's what it is. Quite literally.
That's what they're doing. Hi, I need some new shoes. Can I just take some down? Love you. Bye-bye. That's what they are. Whores. Whoring off Disney, whoring off Warner. It's not their money. They have nothing to lose. They don't care who looks at them in what way. We don't care. I got my sugar daddy. My sugar daddy's looking after me. Hi.
That's it. They don't.
I mean, my Jimmy's shoes.
That's why I call them the sugar daddies of the end, mainly because they can sustain the losses. Because if I do that, like, hey guys, now Isom's not only Puerto Rican, he's gay. Rippaverse is bankrupt within the next week, right? We're done. The writing's on the wall if something like that happens. Them, they're attached to multi-billion-dollar corporations.
If they could do it to Superman, Robin, Aqualad, Wonder Woman, Wolverine, Cyclops, they've been fucking getting those up as well. Never mind Iceman.
True.
And we're gonna make a big hint that there's a polyamorous relationship going on between Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey.
Hell, they did it with what's the name too from Guardians. In that one comic that was recent. I was right before I checked out. Star-Lord. Well, remember he was stacking up with like the alien motherfucker.
Yeah. Just decided to be bisexual.
Yeah. Just decided. Why not?
Just chilling out over here, and thought I'd suck a dick.
Yeah.
Because that's how sexuality works.
Apparently.
That's how it works. Phew, bored. Anything on the TV tonight? No, not really. Fancy having your dick sucked? Sexuality, comics.
And Bold and Brave. Bold and brave. CBR headlines.
Stunning, brave. The future of comics is here.
Tens of comics will be sold, and that person who will never buy your fucking comic can finally feel represented.
Yeah.
In the comic that they won't buy.
That person on Twitter who pirated your comic and didn't actually read it because it was dog shit, but it had inclusion in, so they said they loved it, and to be able to tweet read Wikipedia instead
So
really does support you.
Yeah, that's the fan base, and not actually fans. That's the base that they are appealing to.
Yeah,
those types right there. They won't buy it.
I can smell them from here. Ooh.
Yeah, they won't buy it. They will pirate it. They may even change their profile picture to the pirated image that they grabbed, and they'll tweet all those damn bigots. They don't know what they're talking about. This is the greatest comic book ever, and they're just fragile.
Yeah.
Everybody else that talks
Time's
about
up.
it.
Time's up.
Yeah.
About time. About time Superman sucked the dick. Come on now.
Oh, they'll gaslight you and say he was always like that.
About time Iceman put high heels on and minced around.
He was always
in a gala.
For fucking 50 years in Iceman's case. 50 fucking years. Damn near. Oh no, it might have been 50 years. It might be 50 years plus. For some reason, it didn't hit until Jean Grey said, "You know what? You're gay." What? Says Iceman. Like, I had no idea. Let's go grab the high heels, and I'm gonna, dude. And that I can't remember if it was X-Force or it wasn't New Mutants. It was like it was one of those X. You know, that was when they doing the power.
You'd have to X-Force me to read this shit.
Yeah. It was one of those. It was the same. Like I talked about it like a few episodes ago, where we talked about. It was this book where they killed off Kitty Pryde, but you know nothing matters anymore because they had the eggs and shit, and they just bring them back to life. But it was in that same book. Iceman is like going around like just kissing up on dudes in bars and shit, and I was like, this shit is.
And he's S&M strapped.
Yeah, like it's not believable. Like, how the fuck does someone go from? All right, let's assume that like if I gave you the benefit of the doubt, he just was okay. He was that was how he was the entire time. He was never flamboyant. So why would his attitude like that change?
Because that's how Cena Grace is. And they can only write from the perspective of
themselves
because they're dog shit writers. Hired purely for nothing else other than where they stick their genitalia.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, where it's gone. Egg coming back next week, guaranteed.
It was so bad, dude. Like, again, he's going around kissing up on dudes. And I'm like, what in the fuck am I reading? And obviously we saw that gala, and he's like, I mean, he's a different character.
Gala, yeah, sorry.
I
mispronounced it. I said gala, sorry. Gala.
Yeah, gala, man. And he's got high heels on, and he's like,
which by the way had Kevin Feige there, had Patton Oswalt there, had just all their fucking buddies there. Please tell me you're writing this for an audience. Please tell me you're writing this for an audience. Oh, apart from you're not.
Writing it for yourselves.
Yeah. Writing for yourself, writing it for your buds, writing to suck up, writing it for opportunities, writing it to see what you can get out of it when Hollywood comes a knocking, Netflix comes a knocking,
for sure.
Amazon comes a knocking. You're writing it for nobody but your own self-interest.
Yep. Because nobody's like, yo, man, this is amazing. This is it. This is what's gonna get me back in the comics, or this is what's gonna get me in the comics. Iceman and high heels.
Back into comics, all right.
Yeah, maybe quite literally, but nobody is reading this shit or going to attempt to read this shit. Nobody's buying it. Let's just be 100. Nobody's actually intrigued by this shit. Nobody is like lining up to, of any age group, is lining up to go buy this shit. It's just they're doing it for themselves, and that's it. But that's the thing. I mean, I think Tim Sheridan kind of told on himself or told on the industry, right? Not on himself, his industry. Like that's their approach is like, don't buy this because you're interested. Buy to take it to these people. Because I don't think, like I mean, I just say this as a creative. I just can't imagine just sitting there writing this shit and like you feel good about it. Like, yeah, man, this is really what's gonna do it. Gay Green Lantern, shacking up with Houdini or whoever the fuck. Whatever the fuck.
That was Doctor Who.
Oh yeah. Who? Hey man, things are blending in. That's how gay everything is.
Oh my god, yeah.
Who was it? It was some historical. It was obviously the
J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover.
And male hookers. Male hookers.
Yeah, male hookers between truck stops and shit.
Yeah. My dick just happened to fall into his mouth. Oh well.
The same shit. Everything's
no, you don't understand it. Yeah, I'm trying to show the plight of the American trucker who frequents stops and sucks dick for money.
It's gay. At the end of the day. But no, Tim Sheridan said, hey man, you gotta take it to these people. And if you gotta sell your comic like that,
we gotta show the powers that be that there is an audience for this type of dog shit.
That's telling me there's no fucking audience for it.
Well, he was laughing all the way through. And there were points where he says something and laughs. When you say something, when you're trying to be serious and then you start laughing, unless the laugh itself leads to something that's ironic, whatever, it's a tell on yourself that you know what you're saying is not true. It's a tell. So when he started saying, let's show them that there is an audience for this sort of stuff, that he knows. There is no audience for this.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Look, create your own characters. By all means. Make them straight, make them gay, make them black, make them white, make them purple, whatever. Don't care. Don't expect, based off that, for them to sell, number one. And number two, you have to be fully aware of who this would actually be targeted to. And if you think in any way, shape, or form that this is targeting towards a regular audience, you are delusional. You are hitting the niche of the niche. And you should expect sales to be niche of the niche. Doesn't mean you can't make your book. Doesn't mean you can't put your book out there. But when you are purposely taking characters, well-established characters that are not gay, turning them gay, you are not turning people onto your cause. You are purposely trying to aggravate them, to anger them, and get rage marketing, which is the thing of the last few years. Rage. That's the only way that you can get any sort of traction in terms of people
Social
talking,
media.
not buying.
Yeah, not buying.
Because they ain't selling shit. But it's being talked about. And when it's being talked about, your name's coming up. And when your name's coming up, you are literally advertising yourself to the fucking activist industry. I am available for work. I am an ally. I am one of you. I am in the echo chamber. Give me work. We'll cut body parts off if necessary.
Yeah.
That's all you're saying.
That's exactly what they would do. And look, man, for those that want to let in those ticking time bombs in their company, I mean, that's what they did. But you see what happens when you do that, right? Well, let me say this. You see what happens when you do that and you don't have leadership that's ballsy enough to tell you to get the fuck out. Because that's really more or less what it is. You can't control what every individual is going to say and what every individual is going to do.
Yeah, but it's rotten from the top down. Never
That's
mind
the
the bottom up. It's rotten from the top down.
That's the problem. They're all in on it. They're in on a jig.
Yeah. What's your editor going to say? Hi, you know this piece of dog shit? It's dog shit. I'm going to throw it out the window, and then you're going to catch it because you're fucking next.
Yeah.
You think you're going to say that?
Well,
What's the not?
I don't even think telling them no is maybe in their vocabulary. Like I don't think that conversation even happens. It's like I don't think the EIC or whoever the lead editor is on the project says no. We got to pitch no. Sorry, it's just because no, this is not happening.
Dude, I had a community note removed from one of my tweets because I ended up being fucking right. I was like, oh, by issue 3 of this comic, they're going to be fucking lesing off with each other, and this one's going to be fucking the. And it's like, community notes, there is nothing in this issue to intimate or hint that. And the community notes got fucking hammered by the responses. By people. Oh, it's on this page, on this. The community note had to end up getting fucking removed.
Yeah.
I am the defeater of community notes. In all fairness, not very difficult when you're talking about the mainstream modern day comic book industry.
Yeah.
Because it's lame and fucking gay.
Top to bottom.
Well, more of a top on a bottom, but sure. Let's do some super chats, shall we? Because we've been speaking for 2 fucking hours, mate.
Here we go again, man. Fucking 2 hours without reading super chats.
Oh, before we do, then, do you want to watch Echo? She makes Kingpin cry. Right, that's Echo for you. Okay, Juggernaut.
I'm sure tens of people are watching that.
I am so excited to watch it. Try and not watch it and see if anyone knows on Friday night time. Juggernaut is gifting a 20 membership bomb to the stream before it even fucking began. Dude, Juggernuggets, thank you so much indeed, dude. Really do appreciate that. By the way, 2,500 people in the stream. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Big shout out to y'all.
Keely Chow with a 12-month membership. I'm a Comicsgate supporter who can do without the Comicsgate drama. Yes, because you're a customer. You just want your fucking books. I just want comics and superheroes to be great again. Yes. I agree.
I agree. I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I mean, it's look, you're a customer. You want to read, you want to do it out. But agitate is agitate, man. It's just what it is. You know.
Drama does not benefit a customer.
That's not useful.
Period. Full stop.
It's not useful to them.
A late book does not benefit the customer.
True.
A late book will have a detrimental effect on future projects for you.
Not just that, other people's
drama will have detrimental effects on future projects for you.
That's just the reality. It's not that's not an opinion. That's just looking at stuff in a business due to business perspective. Even when I launched the Rippaverse, and I've talked about this, it's economically, we had to do a lot to let people know because they were reluctant, right, to support us. Because they were afraid of us not being able to hit a deadline or something, right? That we had said because they got burned before. So it's not that it just hurts an individual; it hurts multiple people when stuff like that happens. So that includes drama. That's not ever good for business either. But that includes other stuff as well. But you're a customer. All that shit. The gay shit, I mean, it's good for maybe the people that try to perpetuate it, but that's not useful to you as a customer. And I can see where that turns people off.
No, as it did with the mainstream, it's the silent customer that goes, fuck this shit, and will walk away.
Yeah, they won't even say it. They won't say, I'm walking away to be out.
Nope. They won't say a word. They won't say a word, but it will be reflected in your next campaign.
Yeah.
Bruce Yellow Flash has been a member for 8 months. Thank you, Bruce. And Bruce with a $10 says we need an artificial Eric. Hold on. Where are they? 2 seconds. We need an official "How did Eric ruin your life today" t-shirt. They're my t-shirt.
Yeah, that might be. It is remarkable. I will say that. Like, again, some people talk about me like I have done abhorrent things to people. Like
jealousy and irony live together.
Like, I have not fucked anybody over. I've delivered on everything I said I was gonna do. My employees are happy. My there's no, I'm not doing anything criminal. I've not done it, but the way some people talk about me, they think that I am fucking like going around kicking babies, throwing dogs in front of cars, just
I'm okay with kicking
shit.
babies, but dude, leave the dogs alone, yeah? Fuck's sake.
The way they talk about me, they act as if I do it. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, it's not. What goes to what we were talking about earlier? It's the boogeyman thing. It's like, it's a person that some people need me to be, and I'm not that. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just not that.
Let them. Just carry on with your own shit.
For sure.
Just deal with it. Just carry on with your own shit. Let them rant, rave, scream, shout, have a tantrum, cry, whatever they want to do. Fuck them. Just get on with your own shit. You're fucking killing it, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Vagabundo Devon, what a name, has become a member at the YouTube on the channel. Thank you very much indeed, dude. HTK bass player has been a member for 2 months. Thank you. Steve Anthony Peach. Oof. Peachy pie. With a £2 says, you two are the best. Love FNT and as love your shows. Thank you, man. I love doing this show. Fucking Eric and I vibe.
Oh yeah.
We vibe hard. Harder than anyway.
The jokes write themselves, man. You don't even have to like go there. It's too easy, man. It's too easy, man. It's too easy. It's too easy, man.
Beagle Studios with a $5 says, I make original superhero films in their own universe. Any advice to help get more exposure outside of YouTube?
Well, you got to go through the channels outside of YouTube. I mean, that's just what it is. And to be fair, there's no one way to do it anymore. I think that's what, I think creatives kind of got to get out of that line of thinking. There's no one way to do it. Like, the whole industry standards thing is done. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's done. It's everybody that feels like they got it figured out don't got shit figured out. To be honest, it's just there's no standard anymore for how people are blowing up and for how people are getting eyes on it. And I think that's just technology. That's the nature of social media, also, and what it's done. I mean, just get creative, man. It's no one way to do it. Not anymore. There's no standard.
The entertainment industry, unfortunately, dude, is an industry of rejection. It's about hammering and hammering and hammering. But what I will say is, I hope you're not a straight white male, because you're fucked.
Well, if you are trying to go through the quote unquote proper channels, then they have nothing for you.
Yeah. Eric built up an audience here. I built an audience here. Gary, Nerdronic, etc. Critical Drinker. These are all people who've just gone down, knuckled down, and tried to build an audience up. It's tough, man. It's tough. Not trying to sugarcoat it. Don't want to give you like false. It's tough. You got to keep hammering that fucking nail, dude. You got to hammer that fucking nail. Fictitious Dave Savage with a £5 says, could a fresh Star Wars story be made outside of the OG story, set in another part of the galaxy, new characters, arcs, adventures, fresh start? It could. It's a matter of who you got writing it, who you got directing it. What are they allowed to do? Is the writer allowed to have carte blanche to actually create a universe, or is the writer there to push messages like the current one is, or there to get headlines in CNN? But if you're talking about, let's just say everything's serendipitous, can it be done? Yes, but has too much damage been done to actually make an impact anymore? You will have to go through probably a couple of films to start building up good faith again. Never mind, not even getting people there, just but trying to generate good faith and get a good reputation back. But right now, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, the reputations are in the fucking toilet. So good luck. Even good. I mean, Andor apparently is good. Inverted commas. I saw the first episode. I was bored off my tits. But apparently it picks up and it's good. No one watched it. No one talked about it.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cares.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they've done so much damage to the brand, bro. Yes, let me say this. Yes, they can tell a story as such after they fire everybody. That's my answer.
Yeah,
they can tell whatever the fuck story they want, and it'll have a chance. But that has to happen first.
Gollum Wolf Draws with a $10 says, "Hail Az and Ripper. You guys have inspired me to finally get to work on my own comic, as well as start making videos as soon as I get my equipment set up. Much love to you both. GG, man. Go for it. Keep us informed how it's going, man." CJ with a $10 says, "Sending this super chat transaction to say I really liked the Beg Seg last week. It really transformed my view on it. I hope your show continues to transcend above all others." I think he's trying to say something there. I can't quite put my finger on it. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll come to me, maybe. Satan's Avocado with a £2 avocado on toast. Cheapsidian has been a member for 2. My issue is this: how many second chances do I, as a fan, have to give a property before enough is enough? They have proven they don't care. Why should I? You answered your own question.
Once you feel like it's appropriate to check out, you check out. There's just no. There is no right number, you know what I mean? But you don't. I think once it starts feeling like you were being like taken for granted, or these people are actively trying to push you out, you just act accordingly. That's the bottom line.
DB with a £2 says, "Rip and Silverback fitness video when Mr. Motivator."
I can see that. I'm down.
Yeah. Get some totty in the background. You're great. Satan's Avocado with another £2. Thank you, Satan's Avocado. Got a feeling Satan Avocado is sending a couple of super chats, forgetting to write a message and redoing it again. Just got a feeling. I'm got a feeling we're going to see a Satan's Avocado with a message in a moment. Defendo99 with a $10 says, "Disney stock has been on a steady downward trend for the last 3 years now. Any investor that's still in the game and isn't raising hell is an idiot that shouldn't be taken seriously." Well, I mean, you got Bob Iger saying things like, "Hey, we're not going to be politically motivated to try and placate the stock shareholders, but they are going to be politically motivated." The way he phrases it, the verbiage, he said, "But we're still going to do what we think is morally right. We're still going to be active." Yeah. But until the shareholders actually start to kick up a stink, ain't shit going to happen.
What incentive, man? He's just talking out his ass, man. Bob Iger, that is.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. I guess actions speak louder than words, they say, but Because he says that, and here we are talking about Charlemagne. Hey, we don't want to get involved in the activism.
Yeah, but we're gonna hire a Pakistani documentary maker that deals with the injustices of Middle Eastern women.
Not just that. Specifically said that activism is part of everything it is that she does.
Yeah,
like she literally said that. Like, I'm not paraphrasing that, guys. She said that. She said it's sometimes overt, sometimes it's covert, but activism is very much a part of everything it is that she creates. She said that. So boring. I can believe I believe her over Bob Iger.
I would love it if she said something like, above all else, I want them to do nothing more than entertain people.
Yeah.
I guess not. Satan's avocado. There we go. The £5. The poster for the Mandalorian movie just leaked. I posted it on the ad for this show on your X feed as.
Was that the one that we saw?
I don't know. Let's see. On which one? On the I posted on for the show. So that's one of them.
That was Brass Monkey that posted the
Yeah, Brass Monkey did that. That's
the other one.
That's Melanie Mack saying baguette.
Yeah, it wasn't new.
Keep going, Melanie. I don't know, but I did see this. I couldn't see it, man, I'm afraid, but I did see this. I'm interested. Super Chair Destroyer with a $30. Thank you. Donation to the Homestead or future discounted franchise. It's going in the book. I'll put it in the book on franchises I'm going to buy. In it goes. Boink. Thank you.
Discounted franchise.
I got $30. That's fucking hell. I might be able to get Disney and Marvel, and DC with all of that.
Rolling in dough, man.
Woo!
Rolling in dough.
But as ever, I want change. Chris B with a $5. Thank you, man. $30, really generous. Chris B with a $5. The most dumbass thing you can do after purchasing a money printing machine, Star Wars merchandising, is trying to fix it when it's not broken. Amen.
Well, that's what they did. Quite literally. Tried to break something that or fix something that was not broke and ended up breaking it.
What was broke was that it wasn't politically motivated in a partisan direction in their eyes, of course.
Or at least not enough, maybe for their liking.
Disaster Area with a £5 says Star Wars is dead as soon as they made an example out of Luke and Poe for being the patriarchy and cucked every other male character. I've stressed this many times. I was really interested to see where the whole traitor business and Finn as the stormtrooper was going to go, and it went nowhere. He was a joke being led around by a Vietnamese twat waffle in The Last Jedi who sexually assaulted him at the end of the film after nearly killing him. Sounds a bit like how pink-haired twink forced himself on Superman.
Oh.
Just saying.
Ooh.
Just saying. Oh, sorry. I apologize. Underage Superman. Okay. DB with a £2 for the Kelly Sue DeConnick / Mags. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I think
I'm passing on that.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, that is when I would rather go gay. Celibate. But I'll just say, just 50 Shades of Grayson with a $2 says cash dollar money. Give me the cash. You can have all the prizes. You can have all the trophies. You can have all the titles. You can have all of that. I'm okay. I'll just take the cash dollar money. Thank you. Andrew Montpetit with a $5 says the accolades don't even mean anything anymore. They're like a college degree now. A days / used to mean something. Nowadays used to mean something. Now means nothing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it just peers pat themselves on the back. So they can again post that stuff in the I don't know, credits of a book or profile picture. It's just something to say. It's not really anything that's earned. I mean, and not in the capacity that maybe people think. It's just a thing. It doesn't mean it's hollow. It doesn't mean anything.
Bashy Washy dropping $100.
Shout out.
Now he's my Saudi prince, but he's not going to be happy because I just made a comment, didn't I, saying I'll give respect the day they walk down the streets of Riyadh with their banners and flags and stuff. Let's see what somebody who lives in Saudi Arabia has to say about that. Hey, keep those weirdos out my country. They can march in yours. Thank you very much, Ripper. You pulled a thread and now people are unraveling. You even bewitched Yellow Flash. What have you done, Black Stanley? Hail to both of you and hail.
You gotta piss everybody off. You gotta piss everybody off. Appreciate you, Bashy Washy. Shout out.
Hail Bashy Washy.
That ain't cheap, man. It's a lot of money.
No. I mean, he's my Arabian prince, man.
There you go.
One day he's going to whisk me away and take me away from all of this.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Good thing about Saudi Arabia, mate. No women drivers.
Oh, man. That's tough. That is tough.
Brandon Gonzalez has become a member. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you, dude. Great US treasure hunt with the $5 says, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute.
That's what he
said.
No
respect for established IP, just a desire to take profits and run. Amen.
That's what he said.
Amen. Yep. That's what he said. And he did it.
Yeah, that's it.
And he did it.
A man of his word.
Yeah, well, you got to give him that. Got to give him some credit. I'm a man of my word. Ronald B. M. Irvin with a $10 says, more people have read my gay OC-centered stories than revised Tim Drake. If any of those people dislike my politics or views, more thanks to them for spending their time on my stories.
That's our rule. You can buy it.
That's how you roll. That's how, yeah.
You can buy our shit.
At least your character was an original, man.
Yeah, and he wasn't around for 50 years before some telepath or fucking somebody just said, hey, you're gay.
Before somebody went, hey, I wish he was like me, because that's the only thing I know how to write. Me. Because I'm the center of my own universe and nothing else. Good luck, Ronald. Crimson Shadow with a £5. These woke writers are as much use as an ashtray on a motorbike. Shower of Bastards. I want a book called Shower of Bastards. Can somebody write a book, please, called Shower of Bastards? Oh, I've been reliably informed that sadly women are now allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. Oh, that's no fun. You two have made my night for the Casa, the As Fund. Going in the book.
Shout out.
Going in the book. It is in the book. Thank you. Gaffway. Graph Web with a $2. For fuck's sake! Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. I have. I might be watching Echo, though, with a friend. called Captain Jack Sparrow. Oopsies. Larry Parker with a $5 says, need someone to watch and read the crap you don't want to, July? I am your man.
I wouldn't subject. I couldn't in good conscience put somebody in charge of that.
That's cruel.
Yeah, that is cruel and unusual.
I'll call Max, see what they're doing. They need money. Richard
That's
Enormous.
true. That's true.
It's enormous.
Invoice December 7th. Another catastrophic month, man.
Fucking just tell on yourself. Hey, everyone, I got this job. I got that job. By the way, I've got no money, and we just had a catastrophic month.
Catastrophic, man.
Catastrophic. Not even a bad.
No, just catastrophic.
Could have done better this month.
Yeah.
Catastrophic. I'm a success. Can I have some beans on toast?
Please, Gibbs.
Hey, Eric. Not my problem.
Very true.
Not my problem. Daneska with a €5 says, in a sense, DC Comics or DC Comics / Marvel tried to give gay comics street cred by putting their brand on it. But there's nothing wrong with gay characters. Gay characters have existed, but they've probably existed more in proportion to the actual proportion of gay people that would read a comic.
Which is slim
Not
picking.
many. Tens of people.
No.
10.
True.
Bashi Washi gifted 10 memberships to the stream. And then Bashi Washi gifted another 10 memberships to the stream. It's like my Saudi lottery's in today, man. Hey, Eric. Today's stream wasn't catastrophic. Actually, very good. Very, very grateful. Thank you.
Wasn't. It was not catastrophic. It was
I'd like to officially announce that I will not be setting up a GoFundMe this week.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a yeah on that.
Okay. Good. Not a catastrophic month.
Not a catastrophic month.
No invoice December 7th.
I don't think I've had a catastrophic month since 2014.
Oh man, well, it's I haven't had one in a while, but I just got a job, so I didn't.
Hey, that's a pretty good way of earning money. I found
You think?
the more work I did, the more money I got.
Or the fact that I had someone willing to pay me to do a job.
Yeah, I found that if
that
I got him,
I would somehow have more money. It's just funny how that works.
I found that if I got employment, I ended up getting money.
It's funny how that works, man.
It's crazy, man.
It's amazing, right?
What a coincidence, eh?
Funny how that works.
Coincidence. Brian McCann has been a member for 27 months. Thank you, Brian. Daniel Carroll with a $5 says, Silverback, it's your boy, Daniel. You were live when I left for work and still live when I get home. Can we get an afternoon battle cry? And Hail Ripper. Well, Daniel, I got a little bit of bad news. A little bit of bad news. You see, we've already had a St. Jesus George Lionheart Floyd today. And you know we can only do one a day. What do you reckon, Eric?
I say go for it.
What's the time? 10 o'clock at night. Can we belt out a St. Jesus George? Chat. Do we get it? Do we want a St. Jesus George Lionheart Floyd? Do we, or is it, you know, do we stick to the rules? One a day? Do we? I mean, oh,
Chat saying do it.
look, yeah, looks like they, yeah. St. Jesus, George Lionheart, Floyd. Fucking savior, man. Hey, he died for our fucking sins, mate. Don't you laugh.
That's true.
By sins, I mean he was killed by, he was a murderer. But he don't murder no more, so it's okay.
I mean,
Ooh, Daniel, you're a lucky sod, you are. Oof, you're a lucky sod. Thank you, man. Brian McCann with a $10 says, Iceman turned gay because Jean Grey mind controlled Bobby into being gay. Yeah. Jean's the villain, abusing her powers just so she wouldn't have Bobby attracted to her anymore. I mean, that is actually what happened.
true.
Just imagine when he snaps out of it, the trauma he's going to have gone through because of that.
So gay.
I think I gave myself a hernia belting that one out. CJ has been a member for 5 months. Thank you, CJ.
Shout out.
Josh Kelsey kicking the saloon doors,
No mess.
slapping a 20 on the counter, fucking moseying it out.
Respect that.
Got a draft come through.
I respect that.
Josh, you're a good one, man. You're a very generous one. Brass Monkey with a $10 says, for the Casa, still time for the Alpha Core 1 campaign, Ripperverse for life. Hot Yaira Winter is coming, if she'll let me. Keep up the good work. Got 10 days left of Alpha Core. I mean, you can still buy the book after the campaign, but there's juicy stuff on the campaign which will be gone. Will be gone. So 10 days. And then Eric, what date is Yaira releasing?
Hard to say.
Really, I thought I had him.
Nah. Yeah, won't get it that easy. It won't get it that easy.
Just thought if I casually say it, it might, yeah, oh yeah, it's coming out, March 3rd. Oh, what? I don't know.
Oh.
I tried, chat. I tried. But winter is coming. 1.2 million Alpha Core.
That is amazing. 1.21 million we are at now. And yeah.
Followed immediately. Pretty much.
Yeah. Give or take. Yeah.
Give or take. Pretty much followed up immediately by Yaira.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Then there's not going to be a lot of breathing room. Gooding. Well, I mean, I'm fucking. I want to see what this Yaira campaign does, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm feeling it in my waters.
I think it's gonna do something crazy, man.
I think
it's. And wait till people see what we have alongside it, man. People are gonna.
Chat. I promise you. I've no fucking idea.
He doesn't know.
No idea. I got a feeling in my titties. I really do. I think it's gonna be something special. I'm gonna abuse my privilege with Eric just to make sure I definitely do get I want it all.
Yeah. I got you.
Brass Monkey, thank you. You beautiful.
Shout out, Brass Monkey.
DB with a £2 says, get ripped with the Ripperverse. That's it. There you go. That's the name of the
workout
exercise
stuff.
video. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm game.
Getting ripped.
Neurotic says before 2028. Who do you take? Yes.
Come on, this isn't okay. Let's carry on.
Who do you take me as, Gary? Oh man, it will be out long before then.
Wait a minute, the book's actually done, isn't it?
It will be once when I accept your money.
That's a novelty. Some people don't do that. What we got? Gadget the Moose with a £1 devil face super sticker. And then look at this. Jesus. Woo. Brent Wolf with $100
Brent.
for the as those immigrants. I was like, I think you got too many right now, haven't you? For the as emigrates to Texas.
There's a lot of them getting bust apparently.
Maybe
so.
I am an immigrant. I could just walk in your southern borders, can't I? Get some cash, get a mobile phone, electric bicycle. Brent. Excuse me, Brent. Also, I see you in your Navy outfit, mate. So thank you so much indeed for your service. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. People that are fighting to save people. Good man. It's going in the book, regardless. It's going in the book for something to buy Marvel. It's going into that buying.
With that money,
Eric
man, you're gonna be able to buy Marvel, fucking Lucasfilm, fucking. You might be able to get Disney itself with that.
Definitely
money.
Warner.
Oh,
Paramount.
shit.
I've got Warner and Paramount.
You could be in debt and still buy fucking Warner.
I bought Warner for free. All I had to do was take on their $50 billion debt.
That's it. That's all you had to do.
That's all I had to do. No Face with a $10. I wouldn't trust these fools to run a Punch and Judy booth. Down at the fair, let alone a multi-billion-dollar franchise. We need Elon to pull the plug for Disney, Marvel, Star Wars too.
If they keep going in this direction, the positive news is that you won't need to be as rich as Elon to purchase it.
Yeah.
Because that shit ain't worth $4 billion no more. Not even close.
But if you are a merchandiser, it will put you out of business.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Fear the Tardo with a $5 says.
I just realized his shit has a helmet on the fucking.
Yeah.
I never, as much as he super chats, I've never realized that about his profile field. That
he's got to protect it. He's got in case he falls over.
That is childish. That is fucking childish. That is fucking childish.
For the As Up, the Jazz Fund. Wow. Lock it in. Yay. Thank you, Fear the Tardo. Tell you what, for a Raspberry Ripple, he really does have some coin. Bless his heart. Sheep Sidian with a $10. House Trophic. Kata. Hey. Also, for the As Castle, henceforth known as the Castle Fund. Well, it is the Mojo Dojo Casa de Az Fund. But I will take that under advisement and dismiss it. But dude, you're a star. It's in the book. Thank you. Deneska with a €5 says a woman who escaped the indoctrination of the LGBTQIA, etc. community explained how gay comics and manga were used to brainwash them. It's not just for fun, it has a use. Well, it's all propaganda. I mean, what percentage of gay characters are there in DC? 97? Everyone's sucking dick and scissoring over there, man.
And a title, somewhere you can best believe someone in it is gay.
Yeah. You can't fucking shake it. You can't shake a cat without fucking hitting a gay character in DC no more. Like a 40% ratio. That planet would be extinct in fucking 2 generations. You wouldn't need any fucking heroes. You wouldn't need any villains. Everyone's fucking dead. Holy shit.
Good boy.
Fierce Deity Link 100 with a $5 says, have you guys talked about the AI/SAG-AFTRA drama going on? It's delicious. You get what you effing deserve, energy. Love your content. Vomit music. If you're referring to the fact that Japan are getting sick and tired of American localizers perverting their product to push social justice and their fucking ideology, so now they're going to bring AI in instead. Yeah, and yeah, you're absolutely right. You get what you fucking deserve. By the bastards, freaks. If they are freaks. And finally, Daniel Carroll with a 5 again says, since I got my 2 battle cries from you today, Ripper, can we get a live version battle cry of the American Society of Magical Negroes?
Negroes. The American Society, the American Society.
I'm gonna give you a full screen, buddy.
The American Society. I always fuck this up. I always say like something else, but the American Society of Magical Negroes is the proper name for this establishment or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what it is, to be completely honest, but it is a American society, and Negroes are very magical. So shout out to those Negroes and their magic.
I'm gonna use that in so many videos. I can't wait till I do my review of the film. It's gonna be everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
Look at yellow flash. So I'm gonna clip.
Oh, yellow flash! You fill your boots, buddy. It's there for everyone.
Yeah,
for all and everyone.
Public use.
Right, there we go. Thank you, everyone who came to watch today. Eric, before we depart this mortal realm, is there anything that you would like to plug, sir?
Alpha Core, if you have not got it, over at riververse.com. We got 10 days left in the campaign, so come holler at us there. And yeah, I'll have plenty more time to talk about MegaCon and all that stuff. We got a month, a little under a month away, and we'll be talking about all that stuff. But yeah, no, it was good. It was a good week. You know, it's like a highlight of my week, man. So I love doing this. Always having a blast, man. And shout out to the chat, everybody that's always coming through, man. We have fun with these.
Great show. It was a great show. I do love these. We'll be back next week on Eric's channel, 7:30 UK time, 1:30 p.m. Central. And that will only be 3 days away from the end of Alpha Core. So I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe something we would do something.
Maybe. We'll see.
Are you having a closeout?
Yes. On that 20th, I'm gonna see. Obviously, you're always welcome, man. On the 20th for sure. I think that's Sunday. Is Saturday or Sunday?
I think it's a Saturday.
Saturday. So yeah, I will be doing a stream sometime during the day. On that, kind of closing that bad boy out. And yeah, it'll be a fun time. So we'll get all the details ready to rock for that.
Nice. Next week over on Eric's channel, obviously subscribe to Young Ripper 59. How old are you?
Not 59.
Aw, you fucking fraud.
I know I'm a fraud, right? Fraud. Absolute fucking fraud. I've been caught. I've been caught.
Do-Rag Ripper to end the campaign?
I'm down. I'm down for bringing back Do-Rag. I might even be Bonnet Ripper.
Whoa!
We'll see. We'll see. I might go all out for it. So yeah, I'm down. I'm down for bringing them back.
Chat, massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. I think we're hitting 2,700 at one point. Huge thanks for that support. You're amazing. Mods, thank you so much indeed for giving up your free time. Appreciate you so much. I really do. Everybody who super chatted, everybody who membered, gifted members, remembered. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We will be back next week on Eric's channel. Until then, you take care. Bye for now. Should we end with the bid?
No, we can.
Let's fucking do it.
Floor Spark can be an unpredictable city. But fluency doesn't mitigate its problems. In some ways, it amplifies them. This is why we're deployed. But we've seen better days.
Then why are we just now debriefing?
This mission is not complete.
I only know of our lack of data collection is a problem.
Valdez, I'm aware of your investigative talents. Braxwell spoke highly of you, and that's why you're on this team. Local law enforcement handles itself very well. But there are those with abilities. Some believe themselves to be good. Others don't even attempt to act as if they are. Either way, we're involved. Not everyone will agree with our status. But that can be said for anything. May I remind you both, we're Alpha Core, and failure is not what we do.
Y'all take care. Bye now.